Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to the One Dharma Center Sunday service. Let's just start with some moving meditation that will be led by Karen. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I invite you all to stand, please. And it's safer to remove your socks, but if you prefer not to, just be mindful that the floor can be slippery with socks on. And we'll just stand with the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And bring the hands together in front of the heart center and bring some softness behind your knees. And we'll take a nice big inhale and reach all the way up towards the sun, gathering as much sun energy as we can. And then on the exhale, twist gently to the right, bringing both arms down and looking over the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, inhale, reach up again. And on the exhale, opposite side, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. On the inhale, come back up again, interlace the fingers, push up towards the sky, relax the face, relax the shoulders. And then bring the arms out shoulder level, palms facing down. Take a moment to roll the palms up as you roll the shoulders down. Then keep the shoulders there. Turn the palms back down. Turn the right toes out. Left heel back slightly, intersecting the heel with the arch. And we'll bend the right knee so it's directly over the ankle. Look over the front hand. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come into your heels coming in, toes coming out, goddess pose, bend at the elbow. And then try to stay a little bit low here as you come to your warrior two on the other side. So just turning the left toes out, right toes in, facing the beautiful view. Come back to your goddess pose, squat down, breathe. Let's not forget to breathe. And then opposite side. Trying to stay as low as possible. One more time, goddess. Squatting down, breathing. Last time, facing the windows. Inhale, come back up again. Heel toe your feet slightly in. We're going to turn again with the arms down, shoulder level, right toes out for triangle pose. So we inhale, on the exhale, reach towards the wall, and then pivot the arms, let the right hand fall wherever it might. Open the heart towards the sky, breathe. Inhale, come back up again. Bring the back hand to the back leg, and reach towards the windows. Come back up, arms straight out, right toes in, left toes out. Triangle on the other side. Reaching towards the windows. And then just pivoting the arms. Opening the heart. Breathing into the side body. And then inhale back up again. Right hand comes to the back leg. Left arm comes up. And come back into your warrior. Bring the toes facing forward. Bring the hands to your hips. We're going to heel toe the feet back to hip distance apart. And just circle at the hips here. Circle in one direction. And then circle around in the other. Release the left arm alongside the body. Raise the right arm up. And then drop the left ear to the left shoulder, placing that hand on the side of the head, bless you. And then reach that left arm out just a little bit so you can feel a deeper sensation there on the side of the neck and shoulder. Breathing into that space. Inhale, release. Release both arms down. And then left arm comes up. Left ear to left shoulder. Place that hand on the side of the head. Raise the right arm out just a little bit. You'll feel the difference. Breathe into the side of the neck and shoulder. And release that arm, release that hand. Soften at the knees. We'll end a little bit with Breath of joy, I forgot the name. So breath of joy is 3 short inhales, as if you're conducting an orchestra. And then on the exhale, you just fold gently over the legs and just exhale all the air out of your lungs. Okay? Beautiful. So we begin. Exhale over the legs. Nice and gentle. Coming back up again, 3 short inhales. And exhale, fold over the legs. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, and we'll fold over the legs here and then just become really loose in the body. Try to let the weight of the head completely go, as well as the arms, swaying the arms from side to side like cooked spaghetti. And then gently nod your head, yes, yes, yes. And then shake your head, no, no, no. And one last twist here. We'll bring the right hand to the floor, fingertips. Twist open to the left as you bend that right knee. Breathing into the spine. Backs of the legs. And then come out of that twist, bending the opposite knee. Left hand comes to the floor, twist open to the right. Come out of your twist, loosey-goosey, deep bend in your legs, slowly roll up, stacking your vertebrae one at a time, so that the head is the last part of your body to roll into place. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. Why we meditate or study scripture, etc., it's to discover and be united with our true self. So let's offer 4 bows first before start. You can make standing bow, or like myself, you can prostrate on the ground. May heaven and earth watch over us. May parents watch over us. May fellow beings respond to us. May laws respond to us. Okay, thank you. Take a seat. Our true nature, ultimate reality is categorized into 4 domains, 4 grades. Today, just like last Sunday, we'd like to dedicate the merit of our practice for the earthquake victims that happened in Turkey. So, yeah. So Buddha used this analogy. When one candle light, 100, 1,000 lights, the flame of the first candle will not diminish. Instead, it will brighten the whole world. So in that way, we would like to dedicate the merit of our practice for the suffering people to make our world into a better place. So Pat will read the method of sitting meditation.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in. Grab all your tension and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms. Then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Danjun. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose and to the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjun breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation, in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
We will sit for 20 minutes. You can join your palms together. Let us offer prayer for the earthquake victims. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. As we gather here this morning, we remember and pray for all those who have died in the recent earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, and for their bereaved families and friends. This tragedy and its aftermath are causing deep pain and grief. Our hearts go out to the survivors who lost their loved ones and homes. So many are gripped with enormous fear for what might come next. It's difficult to even contemplate how many people lost their lives so abruptly and tragically. In these dire circumstances, the death toll is still rising. May comfort and hope be with all the victims and their families and communities. May warm light and bright wisdom arise in the hearts and the minds of every person affected by this dark tragedy. May they never lose hope. May they be able to rebuild their homes and renew their lives. May the hardships in Turkey and Syria that exist now be reshaped into stepping stones leading to a safe and sound future. Dharmakaya Buddha, for grace. In our prayerful hearts, we hold those deceased persons who died from these earthquakes. May their spirit be guided to the light of peace and liberation. May any confusion or delusions blind their way. Please guide their souls to be free from obstruction and be emancipated. May they be embraced by infinite love. We offer this prayer with one mind and heart. You can open page 4. We will chant Il Sang Vow. Il one circle, our true nature. In order to see into our true nature is called the enlightenment. By meditation or chanting, we cultivate and nurture our original mind. Okay, page 4. Iran Sang Vow. Il is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth, the transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, spirit, fellow beings, and lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. So manifest as both permanent and impermanent. View as permanent, self-one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous. Just as it is viewed as impermanent, one unfolds into infinite world through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our mind and body. In the four forms of birth, we transform through the six realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore, we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after little one sound Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our mind and body, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our mind and body skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of will one, become one with the nature of will one. Okay, you can rub your hands. Massage your face. Pull and twist your ears. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can massage the back of your neck. Mm-hmm. Okay, take a deep breath. Your right hand bend to your left. Feel the strain on your side. Okay, the other way. Okay, one more time. You can make yourself comfortable, and you can join your palms together to Reverend Jieun. Good morning.
2 weeks ago, One Dharma Center hosted a week-long meditation retreat that included several Q&A sessions with Venerable Chuksa님. And during one of the sessions, a participant asked, Venerable Chuksa님 is the head Dharma master of One Buddhism, USA. And one of the participants asked, Venerable Chuksa님, are you enlightened? And this reminded me of a weekend retreat I attended at another Zen center. It was during dinner time when the person sitting next to me asked, do you believe that it's possible to attain enlightenment? I told him that I was a minister working at a One Buddhist retreat center. And the way he asked this question made me feel that it was important to him, but he was uncertain about it. It was similar to asking, does God exist in Christianity? Today, I'd like to share some thoughts on enlightenment. Our founding teacher, excuse me, our founding teacher Sotaesan used the symbol of a circle to represent the truth, which he named Il-One-Sang, or one circle image in English. According to the One Buddhist Principle book, once a person is enlightened to the truth of the One Sang, the circle image, they realize that the triple words in the 10 directions are their own property, meaning that there is no separation between themselves and the universe. They understand that everything in the universe is part of themselves. They will also understand that all things are non-dual despite their different names. We tend to name and categorize things because it gives our ego a sense of security. And the tendency to distinguish and label things ceases in the realm of our original nature. And everything manifests as it is. Although this may seem like a state only attainable by a select few, like Buddha or Jesus, Mr. Sotaesan emphasized that once a person is enlightened to the truth of the One Sang, they realize that this is the nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, ordinary humans, and sentient beings. In other words, we already have it within us. Therefore, we already have the ability to realize our true nature beyond name and forms. As humans, we suffer because we have lost our true home and identify our ego with ourselves. I understand that this concept may feel unfamiliar to you. In the beginning, to realize the truth, a certain level of faith is necessary. And faith begins with a certain level of experience. As your experience deepens, your faith deepens. And as your faith deepens, so does your experience. And your questioning mind deepens as well. So your faith and your experience and your questioning mind, they all grow together. So how do we experience our true nature? The answer is simple. We need to quiet our mind. Our minds are usually like a bottle filled with muddy water, constantly generating mental noise, even when there is nobody around. We cannot see how clear the water is. So to make the dust to settle down and see the clear water, to see our true nature, we need to find a way to calm our minds. This is where meditation comes in. By focusing our minds on the breath or on our lower abdomen, we can step back from all the mental noise and not engage with distracting thoughts. We cannot control or remove our thoughts. There's no way for that. But we can choose not to engage with them. That's what we do during the meditation, right? And some thoughts may be so tempting that it's hard to let them go. But that's okay. As soon as we are aware that we are lost in our thoughts, we can come back to our breath again and again. That's what we call practice. So as the residue of your thoughts subsides and your mind becomes clear, we are present, we are with our breath, and we are present, and our attention is fully in the now. We can catch a glimpse of this sense of oneness. The world appears bright and clear, with no separation between us and the universe. Thoughts come up, but we do not identify ourselves with them. Our ego disappears, and we become free from being a slave to our thoughts. And the longer we experience this meditative state, the more we expand our experience of this brightness and feel it more clearly. In Buddhism and Won Buddhism, we chant Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. The meaning of Namu Amitabha is we turn to the limitless light and life within. So through meditation, we can experience the limitless light and life within us. And once we experience this state, we have stronger faith in it. And we become more flexible with the world around us because we identify less with our thoughts and emotions. When we are angry, we easily identify ourselves with the anger itself. You feel like there is no other option but to be angry because the other person is wrong. So you must be angry. But as you realize through meditation practice that we are not our thoughts and emotions and that they only arise conditionally and temporarily, we feel that we don't need to be stuck in old ways of seeing them. This realization occurs through the meditative process. So Mr. Sotaesan said that there are thousands of different degrees of awakening. It's like when there are many tall people, there are some people who are still taller than the other tall people. This is the analogy that our second head Dharma master Jieun used. Although we may have experienced or caught a glimpse of the truth, we may forget it until we attain a complete understanding of it, which we call the Great Enlightenment. You may become stuck again and again. Our thoughts are a great obstacle to being with our original nature. Thoughts arise when our six sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, they are called our six sense organs. So when our six sense organs face their sixth object, thoughts would arise. And there are several fables about this. Some of you might remember the story of King Hondon. Do you remember the story of King Hondon? Otherwise known as King Confucian, who died after he got 7 holes in his round body. Whoever knew often tells this story in his Dharma talk. And today I have a different version of this story. So once upon a time, there was a creature called Confucian. He was a strange being, big, round, and had 7 holes in the body. Confucian lived in a dark forest. He was very lonely. He had no friends and no one to talk to. And one day, while wandering through the forest, Confucian stumbled upon a magic pool. He decided to take a dip in the pool. And suddenly he felt an incredible power inside him. Confucius was so amazed by the energy he felt that he started to run and jump around the forest. And he enjoyed the energy inside him. But as he was jumping and running, the 7 holes in his body began to leak. He then felt weaker and weaker until finally he collapsed. And that's how Confucius died. He died from losing his life force through the 7 holes. So this story illustrates the importance of understanding how our mind can be both a blessing and a curse. When we use our mind skillfully, it can create a paradise in the world. However, if we allow the sensory conditions to overwhelm us, we will lose the light of our spirit. Therefore, we must use our 6 sense organs sparingly to prevent them from consuming us. In modern times, we are bombarded by so many external sensory conditions that can consume us. Venerable Chuksanim assisted Venerable Taesan, the third Taedama master of Won Buddhism, for 8 years. And during this time, he observed that Venerable Taesan only used candlelight to avoid having his room too bright at night. It was how he conserved his energy. So personally, I used to keep my room as bright as possible, so I turn on all the lights. The light, in the ceiling and floor lamp and my desk lamp, I turn them all at the same time. But after I heard about the Master Taesan's habit, I wanted to be like him. So I have been trying to keep my room less bright, especially after the 9 p.m. chanting. So I've been avoiding anything that consumes my mental energy and instead using the evening time to preserve my spirit. Our practice is to remember our true home, the light within us, and return to that place. Do you feel the light within us? Do you feel that during the meditation? We all have those times that we feel it inside us. In the morning and evening, we use this time to cultivate a calm and clear mind. And during the day, we pause before we act to use this calm and clear energy. This is how we live in the light of the truth, the light within us. We all want to return to our true home and find peace and happiness. To return to our true home, we must first recognize that this state of mind is always within us. This is what we call enlightenment. Our third Taedama Master Taesan once said that attaining enlightenment or seeing our true nature is similar to understanding that the mountain is always there. He said that it's not that difficult to be awakened to our true nature, but to attain Buddhahood takes longer and is much more challenging. It's like we hike up to the top of the mountain. Enlightenment can come gradually as we continue to practice with a balance of cultivation and inquiry and mindful choice and action. For one Buddhist, practitioners, living mindfully and consciously is more critical than whether one has attained enlightenment or not. Our practice is to always remember the Buddha nature within us and live in its light. However, there will be times when we forget that and become stuck in our old habits. When this happens to me, I remind myself of a scene from a figure skating competition that I watched many years ago. The skater fell while performing a spin. For a figure skater, it's very critical, right? But she quickly got back up and finished the remaining performance so beautifully, as if nothing had happened. Whenever I become judgmental and disappointed in myself, I remember this scene to move on. Meditation practice helps me because I know that I don't need to identify myself with my ego or my habits. I can get up any time and move on. In the Q&A session in the retreat, Juksa님 answered to the question, are you enlightened? I am only practicing the Dharma, just like you. It was his answer. So as you walk this path towards enlightenment, let us continue to cultivate a calm and clear energy and use our 6 sense organs sparingly. May all find the light within us and experience the state of mind that can help us become more open, flexible, and more compassionate towards the world, toward the world around us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Jieun. Yeah. Buddhism is the translation of Bulgyo. The Chinese Bulgyo literally means the path to enlightenment. It's translated as Buddhism. Ism sounds like kind of ideology. Yeah. But so Buddha said the way to sever the root of suffering in our life is to be awakened to our true nature. That's the ultimate solution. Thank you so much. Okay, why don't we recite the essential dharmas of daily practice? Is that page 9? 6? Okay, yeah.
Essential dharmas of daily practice. 1. The
mind
mind
is
is originally free from disturbance,
But disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore
the equanimity of our true
true
nature
nature
by letting go of disturbances. 2.
The mind is originally
free from delusion,
but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore
the wisdom
of our true nature by letting go
of delusions. 3.
The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore
the precepts
of our true nature by letting go
of wrongdoings.
4.
Let us replace disbelief,
greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication.
5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into
the
willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn a lack of a public spirit into an eagerness to serve the good
of all. Yeah. this is how we practice and live in our daily life, the essential dharmas of a daily practice. A couple of announcements. At the beginning of April, from April 6th, we are having 4-day meditation retreat. This time we invited Dr. Ronell. She's a psychology professor who used the Buddha Dharma in her class, especially mindful approach. So, one Buddhism and the psychology. So how Western psychology approach combined with the Buddha's teaching can help alleviate our suffering. So she's the main teacher. Yeah. And the tea is available after that. And if you'd like to have all our information by your email, you can sign in the foyer. And if you'd like to donate for the earthquake victims, use the box on the bench in the foyer, not the other box. The donation goes to the earthquake victims. Okay. To the online practitioner, I have to say goodbye. So see you next Sunday. Yeah. But the person who gathered here, why don't we have some 10-minute small group discussion? You can group one group, 3 or 4 person each other. You can turn around your cushion and discuss what does enlightenment mean in my daily life, or how can I realize that? Through the enlightened mind, how can we help the suffering people in this world? Yeah, you can turn around the group, 3 or 4 people.